Students, what if I told you that a badly written test item can fail your students even when your teaching was excellent? Pause the video and write the answer in the comment box. What if the real problem is not the learners, but the test itself? Remember, before you use a test item, pilot it. Hello everyone, I'm Mumtaz, and welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to explore pilot testing in ELT in a simple and practical way. If you want to understand why pilot testing is important and how it can improve your research and teaching tools, then this video is for you. So, let's get started. Students. In ELT classrooms, we often spend hours teaching vocabulary, grammar, reading, and writing. But when assessment time comes, one weak question can confuse students, distort results, and damage validity. So today we are going to explore one of the most powerful but often ignored practices in classroom assessment. And don't worry, I'll make this practical, interactive, and easy to apply in your own classroom. Students. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you are an English language teacher, educator, examiner, researcher, or student of ELT, this lesson is for you. Today, we are not just talking about testing. We are talking about better testing, fairer testing, and smarter teaching. So grab your notebook, stay until the end, and get ready for mini drills, quick quizzes, opinion prompts, and classroom-ready strategies. Students, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to 1. Define what it means to pilot test items in ELT classrooms. 2. Explain why piloting is important for validity, reliability, clarity, and fairness. 3. Identify problems in poorly designed test items. 4. Use simple procedures to pilot your own test questions before actual administration. 5. Revise test items based on student response and evidence. Students. So the goal is simple. After today, you should be able to create test items that are not only correct, but also clear, fair, and effective. Students. Let's begin with the core idea. Piloting test items means trying out your test questions on a small group of learners before using them in the actual exam or classroom test. Think of it like this. A pilot does not fly a new aircraft design with hundreds of passengers without checking whether the controls work. In the same way, a teacher should not use a test item on the whole class without first checking whether the item works as intended. On-screen text. Piloting equals testing the test before the real test. Students. When you pilot an item, you ask, is the instruction clear? Is the language level appropriate? Is there only one best answer? Are students confused for the right reason or the wrong reason? Is the item too easy, too difficult, or misleading? Students. Let me ask you something. Have you ever given a test question and then realized, during marking, that the problem was actually the question itself? Write in the comments, yes, the item was the problem. Or, no, sirs, but I want to learn how to avoid that. I'd really like to know your experience. Students. Now let's talk about why piloting matters so much in English language teaching. In ELT, we assess skills such as reading, writing, listening, speaking, grammar, and vocabulary. But language itself can create difficulty. So if a test item is not carefully checked, it may test the wrong thing. For example, imagine you want to test past tense grammar, but your question uses vocabulary that students do not know. Then what are you really testing? Grammar or vocabulary knowledge? That is exactly why piloting matters. Piloting helps teachers detect ambiguous wording, identify difficult instructions, remove misleading distractors, check timing, improve fairness, strengthen validity and reliability. Students, In short, piloting protects both the teacher and the learner. Students, here's a quick poll for you. What is the biggest problem in classroom test items? A. Unclear instructions. B. Difficult vocabulary in the question. C. More than one possible answer. D. Items are too easy or too hard. Students, pause the video and choose one. Then put your answer in the comments. A, B, C, or D. My opinion? All four are common, but in ELT classrooms, unclear wording and unintended language difficulty are especially serious. Students, let's examine an example. Choose the correct answer. Yesterday, Ali blanked to school because he was sick. A. Doesn't go. B. Didn't went. C. Didn't go. D. Not go. Students, at first glance, this looks acceptable, but let's pilot it mentally. What is the target? The target seems to be past tense negative form. Correct answer? Yes, C. Didn't go. So, is this a good item? Maybe, maybe not. Here are the questions a teacher should ask during piloting. Do students understand the time marker yesterday? Do they recognize the structure didn't plus base form? Are the distractors realistic mistakes students actually make? Is this item too easy for the intended level? Students, a pilot group can tell you whether this item is useful or too obvious. Quick quiz 1. Students, let's do a fast quiz. Which of the following is the main purpose of piloting a test item? A. To make the test longer. B. To make the test more confusing. C. To check whether the item works properly before real use. D. To surprise students, pause the video and write the answer in the comment box. The answer is C. To check whether the item works properly before real use. If you got it right, type C in the comments. Students, here are some warning signs. If your test item has any of these features, it definitely needs piloting. 1. The instruction is long or complicated. If students spend more time decoding the instruction than answering the question, there is a problem. 2. The vocabulary of the item is harder than the target language point. Then the question may test vocabulary rather than grammar or reading skill. 3. 2 answers seem correct. This damages fairness and frustrates students. 4. Distractors are unrealistic. Bad distractors make an item too easy. 5. Students ask, "What do you mean?" That is one of the strongest signals that an item is unclear. 6. High-performing students get it wrong for unexpected reasons. Students, in your opinion, which is worse? Is a test item that is too easy, or a test item that is confusing? Type your opinion in the comments and explain why. My opinion. A confusing item is worse because it threatens validity. A very easy item may not be useful, but a confusing item can produce false evidence about student ability. Students, now let's move to the practical part. Here is a simple classroom-friendly piloting procedure. Step 1. Write the item and identify the objective. Before piloting, ask yourself, what exactly am I testing? Is this grammar, vocabulary, inference, scanning, cohesion, pronunciation, or writing accuracy? Students, one item should have one clear purpose. If the purpose is mixed, the item becomes weak. Step 2. Try the item with a small sample. You do not need a large, formal study every time. You can pilot with 5 to 10 students from a similar level, a previous class, a peer group, a small section of your current class before final test use. Students, the point is not perfection, the point is evidence. Step 3. Observe student responses. When students attempt the item, do not look only at whether they got it right or wrong. Also, observe how long they take, where they hesitate, what they ask, whether they misunderstand instructions, whether distractors function. Step 4. Ask follow-up questions at on. After students answer, ask, why did you choose that answer? Which word or phrase helped you? Was anything unclear? Did any option seem possible? Students, these follow-up questions are extremely valuable because they reveal student thinking, not just student scores. Step 5. Revise the item. After piloting, revise. Wording distractors. Instruction level of difficulty. Layout length. Target alignment. Then use the improved version in the real assessment. Drill. Activity students. Now let's practice. I'll show you a test item and you tell me what might be wrong with it. Drill 1. Read the passage and answer the following interrogation construct accurately. Students, what is the problem here? Step 5. Revise the item. A. Yes. The instruction is unnatural and too technical. Instead of saying, answer the following interrogation construct accurately, we can say, read the passage and answer the question. Students, simple language creates better assessment. Drill 2. Choose the best answer. The boy was exhausted because he had been running for 2 kilometers continuously without cessation. Students, what is the issue? Pause the video and write the answer in the comment box. The vocabulary is unnecessarily difficult. Without cessation is not natural for most ELT classroom contexts. A better version would be, the boy was exhausted because he had been running for a long time. Students, unless difficult vocabulary is your target, avoid making the STEM harder than necessary. Drill 3. Choose the correct answer. She is married blank, a doctor. Pause the video and write the answer in the comment box. A. With B to C at D by students. This is clearer. But piloting still matters. Ask, is this item appropriate for the student's level? Are distractors believable? Have students been taught this collocation? Piloting is not only for bad items, it is also for checking whether good items actually function well. Mini quiz. Spot the problem, students. Let's do a mini quiz. For each item, identify the main problem. Item A. Which of the following statements are not incorrect? What is the problem? A. Good distractors. B. Confusing wording. C. Very easy grammar. D. Strong validity. Pause the video and write the answer in the comment box. Answer. Beamha. Confusing wording. Item B. Choose the best answer. He went to the blank to buy a loaf of bread. A. Bakery. B. Teacher. C. Airplane. D. Sadness. What is the problem? A. Distractors are too weak. B. Instruction is unclear. C. No correct answer. D. It is too long. Step 5. Revise the item. After piloting, revise. Wording, distractors, instruction, Lee. Answer. A. Distractors are too weak. The incorrect options are too unrealistic. Item C. Read the passage and answer the question, but the passage contains 5 unknown words beyond student level. What is the problem? A. Strong alignment. B. Good piloting. C. The input is too difficult. D. The item is too short. Pause the video and write the answer in the comment box. Answer C. The input is too difficult. Students, how many did you get right? 1, 2, or 3? Write your score in the comments. And be honest. This channel is for learning, not pretending. Students, now let's make this slightly more professional. When piloting test items, teachers can collect both quantitative and qualitative evidence. Quantitative evidence. Number of correct responses. Time taken. Item difficulty. Patterns of wrong answers. Qualitative evidence. Student comments. Confusion points. Think aloud explanations. Teacher observations. Students, This is especially useful for researchers, teacher educators, and advanced practitioners in ELT assessment. Even in small classroom settings, informal evidence can greatly improve item quality. A practical classroom model. Students, here is a practical model you can use this week. The 5-minute item piloting routine. Before the test, choose 3 to 5 new items. Give them to a small group. Ask students to underline confusing words. Ask them to explain their answer choices. During review, note which item most students got wrong. Check whether the problem is difficulty or ambiguity. After review, revise the item, remove weak distractors, simplify wording, improve alignment with the lesson objective. Students, this small routine can dramatically improve classroom assessment quality. Students, would you pilot your classroom test items more often if the process took only 5 to 10 minutes? A. Yes, definitely. B, maybe. C, only for major exams. D. No, I already do enough. Vote in the comments. Common teacher mistakes. When piloting students. Let's be honest. Sometimes teachers say they piloted an item, but they only checked whether the answer key was correct. That is not enough. Here are common mistakes. Mistake 1. Piloting with students who are far above or below the target level. That gives misleading results. Mistake 2. Ignoring student confusion. If many students misunderstand the same instruction, the item likely needs revision. Mistake 3. Keeping an item just because it looks academically impressive. Complex wording does not mean better assessment. Mistake 4. Not revising after piloting. Piloting without revision defeats the purpose. Mistake 5. Testing multiple skills in one item unintentionally. For example, trying to assess grammar through a reading passage full of unfamiliar vocabulary. Students, here's my strong opinion. A classroom test should never be a trap. It should be a tool for gathering evidence of learning. If a student fails because the item is unclear, the assessment has failed too. Do you agree? Write agree or disagree. Do it in the comments and say why. Micro-teaching example. Students, let's imagine you are teaching present perfect versus simple past. You write this item. I blank my homework yesterday. A. Have finished. B. Finished. C. Some. Has finished. D. Finishing now. You pilot it with 6 students. What happens? 5 choose B. 1 chooses A. No one asks questions. Everyone answers quickly. That suggests the item is probably too easy. So you revise it into a more discriminating item. I blank my homework, so I can go out now. A. Finished. B. She. Have finished. C. Was finishing. D. Saw unfinished. Pause the video and write the answer in the comment box. Now the item better targets present. Perfect with present relevance. Students, that is the value of piloting. It helps you improve the item before the real test. Final drill. Students, last drill. I'll give you 3 teacher actions. You decide which one is the best example of piloting. Action 1. The teacher writes items and immediately uses them in the final exam. Action 2. The teacher asks one colleague, "Do these look okay?" Action 3. The teacher tries the items with a small group of similar learners, collects feedback, and revises them. Pause the video and write the answer in the comment box. Correct answer. Action 3. That is Shatam. That is actual piloting. Lesson summary. Students, let's review what we learned today. Piloting test items means trying out assessment questions before real use. It helps teachers improve clarity, reduce ambiguity, strengthen validity, improve reliability, match item difficulty to learner level, create fairer assessments in ELT classrooms. We also discussed practical steps. Define the objective. Test with a small group. Observe responses. Ask follow-up questions. Revise the item. And most importantly, a good test item is not only written. It is tested, refined, and improved. Students, now I want to hear from you. In your classroom, what is the hardest part of writing or piloting test items? Is it writing distractors, simplifying instructions, checking difficulty, or revising after feedback? Tell me in the comments. And here is your challenge for today. Take one test item from your own ELT classroom, pilot it with a small group, revise it, and come back here to share what changed. Students, if this lesson helped you, like the video, share it with another teacher, and subscribe for more practical ELT tutorials on assessment, teaching strategies, research, and classroom practice. See you in the next lesson. And remember, don't just write test items. Pilot them. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more educational content. Don't forget to press the notification bell so you stay updated with my latest videos. See you in the next video.